Look.
Talking loud in the nighttime air. Voices
Gay!
opinions flare like they matter so. But who's right we'll never know. Microphones like weapons drawn. Swagger in the twilight dawn. Each word iron, each thought steel. To be heard is the final deal. Howling offense in the midnight haze. Everybody's offended, each one sways. We're offended, you're offended, that's the way. Claim the night with the things we say. Truths clash like broken dreams. Voice to voice, let it scream. What's real in this foggy light? Bow hard till the morning light. Feel the hunger of the crowd. Anxious to erupt so loud. Unity in discord side. Witness as their worlds collide. Howling offense in the midnight haze. Everybody's offended, each one's way. We're offended, you're offended, that's the way. Claim the night with the things we say. Truths clash like broken dreams. Raise your voice, let it scream. What's real in this foggy light? Battle hard till the morning light. Feel the hunger of the crowd. And just to erupt so loud. Unity in discord's tide. Witness as their worlds collide. Howling offense in the midnight
You're
haze.
welcome.
Everybody's offended, each one's way. We're offended, you're offended, that's the way. Claim the night with the things we say.
Homosexual? How can I describe it? Why are you gay?
We say.
Dog maggots around here. Listen to me.
My mother twitted my fucking tip off!
Beta! Whoops.
Okay, that intro was a little too much fun today. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to We're Offended, You're Offended. I'm Kim, and I actually have my co-host here, Tyler. Yeah, I'm pointing the right way. Hope everyone's had a fantastic day so far. If you're new here, hi, hello, welcome. Don't forget to hit the little subscribe button down below. And thank you for clicking on the little button to come sit with us and listen to the craziness going on in the world today. So today we got some stuff to talk about. Apparently Reese wants to really talk too. She's over it all.
Yeah, so I guess what we're going to be going over the Trump another assassination attempt
Right?
by, as far as I've understood, that this is another trans shooter. But
I haven't heard that unless something else has changed from when I initially looked into this. But just another assassination attempt. We'll stick with that for now, unless you can look up something else before we get into it.
yeah, I'll see if I could. If I remember seeing that, and maybe I don't know. Maybe it's like some right-wing organization just looking at, just making more accusations or whatever. But
It's highly possible.
we'll talk about that. But also, we'll be talking about everything that's going on in Mexico, and that has been interesting to see. And well, I have my opinions on it and maybe why this stuff is going on. And I don't know, what's the other thing that you have here? Or was that it?
No, there's another little blurb that I wanted to bring up as well about it's just a funny about the housing crisis. Maybe we'll get into that first just because it's a nothing burger. But before we do get into all the fun stuff, Leo,
How can we dance when our earth is turning?
They don't produce anything. They don't do anything.
How do we sleep when our beds are burning? How can we dance when our earth is turning?
Oh boy.
hi. Okay, so let's get into this quick quote unquote nothing burger. What did you do to my shit?
I was
Okay. Oh, okay. As long as you, okay. I see where my other stuff went. Okay. So with everything going on in the United States right now, you know how people, Americans have been talking about how, they're wanting to flee to Canada. They don't want to be part of the United States anymore because, big orange man bad and stuff like that. Well, apparently this girl came here with her I don't know, girlfriend and kid or dog or something like that. I can't even remember. She'll tell you. But apparently realized Canada isn't quite all it's cracked up to be, which is quite comical. But so I got this off threads off of someone called Immigrateful. So let's take a look, shall we? Hold on.
Oh, it's one of them.
Who has fled the United States to Canada, and I need help. The situation in Canada is absolutely dire. For Americans who don't know, the housing crisis here is worse than in the United States.
What?
Years, and I have not faced rent as bad as here. When my partner, our cat, and our dog fled the United States, we headed north with the goal of being close to where our families are located, which is on the West Coast. So we are now in British Columbia. More specifically, we are in the Sea to Sky Highway in the Greater Vancouver area. We are attempting
Sea
to
to
find
Sky. Oh my God, you're in. Okay,
the west
pause it.
side of
Pause
this
it.
region.
I can't-
My partner and I are here
Threads don't
on
pause.
a visitor
Sorry.
visa, which
God.
is
That
6
sucks
months possible stay for Americans. But while you're here on a visitor visa, you can't work. So we are currently surviving.
I can try to mute it here, but yeah, it
No,
won't
just
pause.
play it. Just play it. Just play it.
So annoying. I know.
Which is a 6 months possible stay for Americans. But while you're here on a visitor visa, you can't work. So we are currently surviving off of what savings we could get together before we fled the United States. And that's not terribly much. And in Canada, I think it's actually the cost of living crisis is worse here, especially when you are shut out of the healthcare system, when you can't access any of the resources that Canadians have access to.
It's not much better.
And that's understandable. You know, I'm not a citizen of the country, but it is making the financial situation dire because we can't work. Because there are 2 adults, a cat and a dog. We are looking for more than a room.
All right. Yeah, I think we get the point. Yeah. Socialists, all you lefty libtard brain dead dickheads that sit there and can't really figure anything out. And they think, oh, look, Canada loves their socialism. Everything's so amazing there. Well, you screwed up. You went to one of the most expensive areas in Sisler, like close to Sisler, which is very high price in BC, which if you don't know, any Americans out there, BC has a secondary name of bring cash.
Yeah. We don't live in BC because we can't afford it, or else I'd be there by the mountains. But yeah, exactly. Welcome to Canada. Biatch. Yeah.
So it's like these people have like this, oh, but they have socialized this, and look, it's this socialist. It's like, no. You don't. You know what? Whatever. Welcome to reality. Welcome to realizing the things you advocated for.
I think it's so funny, just that, like, oh my God, I got to get away from the United States because Trump's so bad and I feel like I'm under attack for whatever reason. And then you come to Canada, you're like, yeah, I'm going to go to Canada. Canada's awesome. Canada has some awesome things. However, and your view, you got a view. You're living in a beautiful city. You got the mountains. It's beautiful.
Can't afford it.
I can't afford it. God, we would have been living in, what was that place that I wanted to move to? Was it Klondike or Kelowna or something like that? The one that you sent me a picture of that one time when you were driving past, and there's like water and then mountains. Oh,
yeah, it is very expensive in the valley. All that highway, what is that, 97 or whatever, that takes you through the Okanagan Valley.
I would live there in a heartbeat. Like, I couldn't even, I feel like those people take the view for granted. I just wake up every morning and just be like, oh.
Yeah, this is what these people, this is what they don't realize. Like, seeing how socialists, like, once they actually get to see what it's really like, and wow, things so expensive here. Yeah. Like,
You sounded so native there. Wow. Things so expensive here.
and of course, it's probably one of they thems.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Like, you can tell.
Oh, that person looked like that transsexual person in that show that you were watching.
I knew you were gonna say that. That's the funny thing, because when I was watching it, I thought the same thing. I'm like, she actually looks more feminine. Like, the other one looked like, well, no, you could still tell she was a girl,
dude,
or
it was a chick trying, like a chick acting like, or trying to act like a dude.
Yeah.
And plus, guys don't have nipples like a woman.
I know, that was so weird. The flat chest, but then the woman nips. That was weird.
Yeah, like, ew.
So hot.
Gross.
Anyway, I mean, regardless, but yeah, they definitely have that same look vibe that was on Wayward. That's the show I was watching the other day.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Sea to sky. What does it say? Sea to sky or east slope of Vancouver Island are wonderful. 100%.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah,
absolutely.
That like northern, whatever, that sea to sky highway. That's like what highway? I can't remember what it is. That takes you up to Sisler. You're like, yeah, that whole area is beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
But it ain't cheap.
Nope. You got to have money.
You pay for it one way or another. But
they're gonna find you. It's funny because, like, I remember going on the road with you.
95.
And no, I'm just talking about in general. Just being on the road with you and us driving through Vancouver, and we were on our way to shit. I just lost where it was. Doesn't matter. Whatever. We were going to another place, and seeing those, you could see these like homes, and then it was like almost like you're in residential area in a city, but it's farmland, and they're all right next to each other. I'm like,
oh, that's all like
this?
Delta, Richmond, Surrey.
I was like, what is this? This is so weird. Like, this is farm, but we're literally in a residential area, which kind of cool that you can have your land as farmland there, and nobody here does that stuff, but also looks really weird because you don't see the outskirts. And then you're pointing out places to me that were like these tiny little places, or something just smidgel bigger than our place. And you're like, there's $1 million home. I'm like, what? Like, are you joking me right now?
Oh yeah, no, that's
insane.
Yeah, no, that's, you know what, there you go. I guess, here you go, lefties. Here's your utopia. I'll trade you guys in a heartbeat. Like, I will rip down that Canadian flag. Actually, no, I won't. I would keep it. But I will bring that Canadian flag to the Americas. You guys can all elbows up with everyone else. And, I don't know, enjoy the utopia that apparently Canada is.
Yeah. Get more money. Start standing on street corners, ladies. I like so Ilsador, he said sunrise on the prairies, the grain elevators in my day, 100%. I mean, we live on the prairies and I spent half of my life.
Where I was spawned. Where I was spawned.
My God. Acme. Oh my God, I love it. But yeah, I spent a lot of time, half my life in Saskatchewan and the green elevators and stuff like it is still beautiful. It's boring travel though. Oh my God, put me to sleep. But anyway, all right. So let's start getting into some other shite here. Before we do,
this. No, go ahead.
Feed the plant, please.
Missy Mo, feed me all night long.
That was weird. Okay, so you were gonna say?
Let's get into well, I want to promote this a little bit because I think it'll be an interesting discussion to be had here. So I was invited on by Wick TV, one of Destiny's boys, to have a bit of a discussion on socialized healthcare. So that is going to be Wednesday at 5 o'clock Central Time. So adjust your times as necessary. Yeah, so I will be debating the soy pill, or after this little exchange, it's going to be soy paste.
Oh, shite.
Oh, I'm gonna smack that
little trash talk. Yeah.
Uber. Yeah.
Now, are you going to be streaming it on our channel as well, like you did last time when you were talking to Wick? Or
I don't know if I'll be able to. I'll try, but
right, you'll be on the road.
Yeah, we'll have to see how internet holds up and everything else. But it seems like it's going to be good. I think it'll be a good discussion to assuage some Americans of their socialism ideation. So,
I can't wait.
Yeah,
I think that's exciting.
Let's get right into this.
Okay, so again, another assassination attempt on our boy Trump. Wow.
Yeah. So I guess I'll read this here. So this is from yahoo.com. Armed man shot and killed after entering secure perimeter of Mar-a-Lago. Secret Service says an armed man entered the secure perimeter of Mar-a-Lago, President Trump's resort in Palm Beach, Florida, before being shot and killed early Sunday morning, according to a spokesperson for the U.S. Secret Service. Although Trump often spends weekends at his resort, he was at the White House when the breach occurred at 1:30 in the morning. The man had a gas can and a shotgun. Authorities said investigators identified him as 21-year-old Austin Tucker Martin of North Carolina. According to the FBI, and authorities said his family had recently reported him missing. He is believed to have purchased his shotgun while driving south. Secret Service spokesman Anthony Guglielmo said a box for the weapon was later discovered in the man's vehicle. Investigators have not identified a motive. However, Trump has faced threats to his life before, including 2 assassination attempts during the 2024 election. Yeah, so I guess he was ordered to drop those 2 pieces of equipment that he had with him, at which time he put down the gas can, raised the shotgun to a shooting position. Bradshaw said at a brief press conference. The 2 agents and the deputy fired their weapons to neutralize the threat. Yeah, that is absolutely wild. Again, this is the type of shit that's going on. And you know what? I think it's time to start calling the people out for the rhetoric that they keep espousing. So, people like Destiny or all these other like left-wing individuals. They're like the right needs to turn down the rhetoric, even though
Down for what?
Yeah, like every single all I've seen is like Democrats sitting there going, well, Trump is in the sights and we got to make it uncomfortable and we need to do all these things and keep ratcheting up this tension. Like, oh, well, even though one of ours just got shot and killed, okay, let's tone down the rhetoric, but also Donald Trump is Nazi Hitler and he's worse. Oh, Charlie Kirk gets assassinated. And I think that was the inflection point where people went, there's no more talking.
No.
And people are really trying. I'm seeing the olive branch and the reach, trying to reach across the aisle. I see a lot of that is from the right to the left, not the left to the right.
Exactly. How many Democrats had assassination attempts on them while they were in presidency or even running for presidency? I know that there was a good amount of Republicans, which I find kind of comical. But like, you literally see a pattern here. I personally don't know any Democrat president who had an attempt on their life. I could be wrong. And I'm actually going to look that up myself right now because I could very well be wrong.
Well, we seen at the, what was it, like a baseball game where someone was shot and killed. They like to use the example of who was the chick and the husband. Oh, I'm forgetting their names at the moment. Forgive me. But they sat there and started using this as like a look at the evil Republicans. Look at what the evil Republicans, they can't even talk about these types of people or these things that are going on. Like it just seems like this stuff just continues. Who the hell was the husband and wife?
I don't know. Isidore saying Jim Kelly and his wife.
No, it wasn't Kelly. It was like an H, like Henders or Happerns or something Jew sounding. But it was I don't know. He was wearing like it almost looked like was that Scott Kelly? Almost looked like that kind of mask, but I don't know. I think the right is kind of like finished with the, keeping up appearances that we need to care about these people and we should, try to stop. And I think the right is just, what? After you shot and killed Charlie Kirk, the gloves are off. It's like now we're picking sides. We're no longer talking. And I don't like that that's where this world is going. It just very much seems like that's where we are going. What, did you die?
Sorry, I'm muted so you couldn't hear the typing because mechanical keyboard. No. No, I'm trying to. Okay, so there was Democratic Party presidents who were actually assassination attempts or killed. John F. Kennedy, Harry Truman, Franklin Roosevelt, Andrew Jackson.
No, I mean like in recent times, not like.
No, I know, but I'm saying
exhaustive list.
But there definitely is a lot more Republicans. Oh my God. But no, well, it's just because I said I don't know of any. So there was. So I stand corrected on that. There was in recent times, in any sort of part of my lifetime, or definitely there was not. I don't even think there was any Democratic Party presidents. No, the last 1963. So I was going to say not even in my parents' lifetime, but John F. Kennedy was.
Yeah.
And that was it. All the other attempts have been Republican. But anyway, that's neat.
Yeah, and
people stop being so retarded.
You think people see this stuff and they just become more and more entrenched? Like, is just political assassinations, like we look at Mexico and go, wow, it's crazy over there. Look at all the supposed presidents or would-be presidents of Mexico that like just got eliminated, or mayors that just got eliminated. And then you look at the United States and go, you guys are engaging in the same thing.
Yep. Yeah.
So like what are we actually doing here? Like I don't.
It's
I
so
don't
funny because it's so
it.
much easier to see or for people to justify or understand when it is something outside of your zone.
Well, when you're
Tech-
not steeped in it.
Yeah. I mean, you see all this stuff happening, and even this stuff you think about in Canada that's going on. You talk to somebody about it and they're completely blinded by it. They're like, that's not happening here. That's in the States. I'm like, are you kidding me right now? Like,
Yeah.
open your bloody eyes. Like, this isn't, everyone looks at everywhere else. The grass is always greener on the other side. But in this case, the grass is always greener on my side. Everywhere else is a shit. But it's not. Like,
what was this little weirdo's name? Austin Tucker.
Yeah. So, okay. So with that too, so it was funny because this thing actually used to have his picture, which is why I looked up another photo and put it at the bottom there. But so I had been looking in more news posts, more breaking news, whatever. This what had been posted, and initially it had shown a picture of him, and there was like a missing poster and stuff like that. If anybody has seen him, please let us know. So this one here, so it says update missing person in Moore County. We have removed the post of the missing person. Okay, so they just said there. We are working to gather details as to what transpired, and we'll update the reader soon. So initially this post was just saying he's missing. This is last place he was seen. He was wearing this. I really wish I screenshotted this. He was driving this vehicle, But the comments are still the same, which some of them are just, they make me laugh, but they're horrible. So one person, I think he was found by the Secret Service. Secret Service found him. Then other people are curious. It seems resolved at this point. Condolences to his family. Good riddance. He got what was coming for him. I think he's been located. He apparently fucked around and found out. It's just killed early this morning by Secret Service. Like, reading this, like, as much as like it makes me laugh, but only for the reason of, holy shit, with all the stuff going on in the world, have we gotten so desensitized? Like, it's literally like, oh, look, he fucked around and found out. Condolences, family. Like, nobody cares. Like, it's so sad.
So I'm looking at, and we had talked about this before, and now that I'm looking up, I was looking up some of the history of this kid. Apparently it was the ties to Jeffrey Epstein. Apparently that was the motive. That's what sent this kid over the edge. Apparently he originally had no interest in family's friends, as a quiet, non-political individual who worked at a local golf course and had a passion for creating dark, moody watercolor and ink artwork of golf courses, particularly in the North Carolina Sandy Hills region. He recently endured the loss of his older sister in a fatal car crash. So it says he was reported missing February 21st after he left home at 1 p.m. and had no contact afterwards. Apparently motives and investigation. Investigators are probing his recent online activity, including a possible interest in the Jeffrey Epstein files. The FBI is leading an investigation. Officials have stated that there was no prior criminal history with law enforcement. A political affiliation. Apparently, despite his action, Martin's family, including his cousin Braden, stated that they are strong supporters of Trump, and Martin never discussed politics. Maybe that's why, because he was, kind of the odd one out. But what this shows is the damage that the Epstein files are actually doing to people, we've lost friends because of it. All for saying,
Yep.
hey, yeah, if that's true, then we need people locked up. I've said time and time again, you know the theory of like the great filter, you know, like Fermi's paradox, I guess, kind of that. Like, I guess the great filter is so many civilizations, you know, try to go through, you know, becoming like spacefaring. That's like the whole idea of like the great filter. So there are these great filtering events that only you know, certain civilizations would be able to push through and you know, achieve enlightenment or whatever on the other side of it. And it seems like the Epstein files is the great filter for retards. And the more and more I see of this stuff, the more and more I agree with it. It's for stupid people. It's for stupid people. I like, yeah, it's really cool to hear all the stories of like, oh, Jeffrey Epstein was doing this, that, and that. And there, you know, there are some really disturbing emails that have come out with that. I
don't know if
don't
cool's the
dispute
right
those.
word.
What?
I said I don't know if cool's the right word, but
No, I said
definitely
disturbing.
I heard cool.
Oh, maybe I said like, yes, like some of it's cool with like, I don't know, left, like, or like, I don't know, some individuals that just look at this type of thing
Yeah.
and like the intrigue and all this type of stuff. But there are absolutely disgusting, terrible emails that have come out with regards to this. And it's like, okay, oh, maybe this is where I said, like, okay, cool. Yeah, we got these emails. Where's the arrests?
Right.
Like, there's some people being arrested. No, I want to see charges. I want to see people locked up. I want to see perp walks for every single one of these people. All this Epstein thing does, it's just become, you know, I'll say it again. It's like, here's the Jeffrey Epstein list. And look, they're on it. Like, they just did like a Google search, like whose name shows up on it. It's like if anyone shows up on it, they go, look, their name's in here. And I go, yeah, for what context? Like, what, why, for what reason? Well, it doesn't matter. No, I think it does matter. I think it does.
I think so too. I mean, as I mentioned last week, when it was just me, Whoopi Goldberg's in the file. Like there's tons of people that are in the file. And the funny thing is when it comes to somebody like Whoopi Goldberg on her stupid View show, which fuck, I don't even know why she's still there. I don't know why any of those bitches are still there. I don't know why that show's still on the fucking air. But anyway.
Because they're for women with menopause.
Oh my God. Anyway, but Prince Andrew, yes, Ilsador, yeah, Prince Andrew. But okay, we'll get into that. Hold on. But back to the Whoopi Goldberg thing. So on The View, she's like, oh yeah, so true transparency. Yeah, my name is mentioned in the Epstein file, and this is why, because of this email. And then she shows the email. And then you have stupid Joyce Behar or whatever the fuck her name is. Sorry. Oh, I gotta stop the swearing. Whatever the fork her name is, saying, yeah, not everybody who I am crazy. Wow. ADHD on high today, guys. Anyway, but she's sitting there saying that not everybody in the Epstein file is, you know, the guilty of doing the, you know, the seedy pedo stuff. Yeah, correct. That's what everybody's been saying. But it's funny. It only seems to apply when it comes to Whoopi Goldberg. But when people are saying that about Trump, they're like, nay. He is actually the forking ringleader. He's all. Now, I got to say, so when you're talking about arrests, okay, rant incoming. Sorry, guys. When you're talking about arrests and stuff like that, yes, Prince Andrew, go figure. Of all the people, a forking prince was arrested in the United Kingdom because of his to-doings with the Epstein files. He was stripped of his princehood. He was kicked out of his home. Like, the thing, he has consequences. He so far is the only person, perp walk him. He is the only person who has had any sort of consequences, which is kind of funny. And he was literally a forking prince. Then you have all these other people who are your Rockefellers, your high up people, the whatever they are, the elite that are, oh nay, let's not touch them. Let's not release those names. So you release some of the names here. Hopefully this will appease the masses, but not all of them. But it's like, okay, so now I'm gonna ask everybody who's watching. Is this, if you were to hear somebody say, like if someone's like, oh, Trump is guilty, he's the ringleader, he's in the Epstein file, he's dirty, he's gross, he's a horrible human being. And someone were to say back to you, well, if that is true, then I would agree. He should be put in jail and, be in shit for the stuff that he has done. But where's the proof? Like, show me the proof. There isn't any proof as of yet. So saying that somebody is guilty is extremely damaging to anybody's reputation if you don't actually know for sure the facts. Now, don't get me wrong. Someone like Whoopi, God, I used to love her Sister Act back in the day. Now, girl's crazy. But as much as I would love to see her go away in cuffs, I'm still saying the same bloody thing. Okay, show me the proof. If she is actually guilty, if Trump is actually guilty, then they should fry for what they did. They should be locked up and they should fry. But until then, there is no proof. And I literally got condemned for that. I was called a pedo sympathizer. What? Are you forking kidding? I'm literally saying this is wrong. If this is what you do, and this person is guilty of doing this, they're a horrible human being. I do not support that. I do not condone it. They should be locked up. As far as I'm concerned, they should be self-exited. But as of right now, there is no proof. So why are we going to cry for the ending of someone's life for something you don't have proof for? That's so stupid. I'm not psychotic. I'm reasonable. And yet I'm condemned for it.
And I think because, like, trying to put like people in, well, I feel like they were, man, the number of times that I've had like intuition or just that feeling like something don't feel right, and then what if I'm wrong? And it's like, oh, actually, no, that didn't happen at all. I'm like, oh, well, that would have been terrible. Or how about like how about the number of times women have make false rape accusations that have completely destroyed a man's life? How many times do those types of things happen? And someone, who was that? The Eugene Carroll or whatever, the chick that said that Donald Trump may have done dirty things to her in a hotel lobby in a busy hotel wearing clothes that didn't exist. Like all this weird type of information, but we're supposed to just take you at face value. No, if you are going to make the accusation, then it is incumbent upon you to make the fucking claim. Like, I don't get how people are like, I agree with Joy Behar. You need proof. If Whoopi was there doing something terrible to little kids, I want that predator looking motherfucker to hang just as much as anyone else. But we need proof. We don't go off my feels and my intuition. Bitch, look at who you dated in the past. You don't have good intuition, okay? You're an idiot.
Right. Not only that, like, we're the parents of literally 3 teenage boys. He is a boy. Okay, so we're going to keep that out. I'm a mother of 3 teenage boys. Okay? I'm a real boy, and they're all real boys. Thank you very much. But you see the implications. Like we've done so many shows on women who falsely accuse men. Our oldest was falsely accused. And the thing is that you have these certain things and these accusations, we see how they destroy people's lives and they stick with them for the rest of their life. So I'm really sorry, but if you're going to accuse somebody of diddling a child or raping somebody, show me the proof. And then I get accused of calling all the women liars. I'm sorry. You literally have people from the Epstein files, actual victims, who said he was never on the island. You show them that and they're like, bullshit, they're lying. Oh, so the ones saying he was never there are lying, but the ones that are claiming that he was, those ones are telling the truth. It seems like you're just wanting to believe which one fits your narrative, instead of actually looking for both things. And the thing is, I can see both aspects. And okay, where is the proof? You can't just go off of somebody's freaking feels. You know, if your intuition and your feels are so fucking perfect, then why don't you go work for the freaking law firm? Why aren't you finding missing children? Why aren't you putting people behind bars? Because your intuition tells you so. Do something with it then. Don't just sit there and accuse people and say, my intuition is always right. Get fucked. Sorry. Whoo! Okay. Okay. Got that out. Focus. I'm good now.
but so ultimately the point I was making, because of this Epstein stuff, because it's just thrown out to the masses, no information is really being given. Some people are stepping down. There's some arrests in some stuff. Okay, fine. Like, hey, it's better that we have some than none. Also, did you see Ghislaine, or should I say like Ghislaine when she was getting questioned? That wasn't the same person.
Hold on. Are we talking about the person that the person seen on the street called her by the name and then she like looked? Are we talking about that person?
I don't know. I didn't see that, but
oh, okay. I gotta find that because that is freaking crazy. Insert hold music here, guys.
I'll see if I could find the image that people were pulling up. But there were two photos. I'll see if I could find that photo. I wish someone like just had the side. I remember seeing the side by side. That she looked completely different. Like literally not this. Okay, well, here's this. Yeah, dude. A doppelganger.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, hockey's for steers and queers. And I don't see a set of horns on you.
Okay, I will say with that though, the only thing that I wanted to say regarding that, the whole US winning the gold instead of Canada, is holy fork. Right?
That is not the same person.
Yeah, the person in jail is not the same person. The one on the left is the one that's in jail right now. That's not her.
This is not the same person.
No.
That's not the same.
That's not her. Mm-mm.
Like,
where the fork is that video? I need to find it. Oh my god. It was just recent. There was literally a guy walking down the street and seeing a woman that looked like her. And as he's walking by, literally called her name Slain, and she looked and responded. And then all of a sudden, oh, I'm sorry, like just kind of played it off. And he kind of, yeah, okay. And moved the camera to the person she was standing with it. And it was literally a dead ringer for her brother or brother-in-law, something like that. Oh, here it is. Oh, yes. Fuck yeah. I found it.
Okay.
Sorry. Sorry.
A man in a woman's jail.
Okay. Well, at least I don't know if this is the actual video that I had seen, or whoops, hold on, or if it was a different one, but this is the same person anyway. Stop. Share. The one I seen wasn't originally on Reddit, but okay.
You want Gillen? No, sorry. No? I used to order Hello Pizza off for. Really? She always delivered, yeah.
So the guy here, look, like he looks like her brother. Except the one, okay, good. They did show a picture. Well, not that picture.
Maybe. I don't know. It didn't. It like you didn't have enough context, so that was like terrible. Don't ever show that ever again. But like,
that wasn't the same video I seen. The video I seen was much better. They actually showed the girl in prison too. I just can't find that one, but anyway.
Like it begs the question.
Nose is totally different. Everything.
Yeah, and like I was talking about this today. Like her left eye is it slopes. Like I'm pretty sure I have that same retard slope too. That unless it's just like the angle that she's at or whatever. Like I don't know.
No. I've been seeing a lot of pictures. Her one eye looks a little different. But no, there's no way. Like I didn't realize when they showed that the picture of the person that was sitting in jail that was supposed to be her. I'm like, that's not her. And then you see a picture of them side by side. I'm like, there's no way. Like that does not even look like her. Like it's not crazy. No. So it's kind of funny how you have somebody in jail who's apparently Miss Maxwell that doesn't actually look like Miss Maxwell. And you have Jeffrey Epstein who's dead, but yet there's someone who looks exactly like him in Israel of all places that they caught or got a picture of. I don't know. There's some fuckery going on. And the funny thing is, like, for the longest time, when I found out that he unalived himself, I never believed that. I felt like he was self-exited, or not other exited. Somebody else exited his life. But I'm literally beginning to wonder if that's even true. If I don't think the sad thing is, okay, I got a question for you.
Okay.
What would somebody have to say that would actually in this day and age actually truly surprise you? That if someone were to say, hey, this happened, or that person, or this, like anything, that you would actually be like, oh my God.
Like if I could ask someone one question, like, did this really happen kind of thing?
No, just like hearing something on the news or hearing someone say something that something had happened. Like what would actually truly surprise? Okay, well, let's even use that whatever. That if you were to ask somebody something that is something, it would actually surprise you. The answer.
I don't know. I don't know necessarily if I ask someone and I don't know. That's such a like I don't know. I think that question's like kind of dumb, but I think the better question would be if you could ask some person, whoever it was, and whatever question you asked them, they would either confirm that like the thing, like what actually happened was true or not.
Okay, well, the point still stands the same. No matter which way you decide to word it, what would have to be said or done, whether you ask a question, someone's confirming or denying, or you were to find something out that would actually truly shock you?
I don't like that. I don't like the question. I think the question, like the way that you're phrasing it, is dumb.
Even the way that you phrased it, even still, it's the point still stands the same.
I would say if someone came up to me and said, hey, you get one question, I will tell you the 100% truth. It did or did not happen.
Okay. So what would it be?
Did Katy Perry really kiss a girl and like it?
Really, that's it? That would actually surprise you. Come on. That is the biggest nothing burger I've ever heard.
that
Oh God. Did she actually like it? If so, why is she with Trudeau? Oh, right. Beta. He's like a
Beta.
female.
Beta.
So, okay. Do you actually have an answer, or you can't
or
think of
a
anything?
question?
Or whatever. Yeah.
What happened at 9/11? What actually happened?
Well, what if they like what would have to be the answer that would surprise you?
I think the surprising question would be the what's not what I don't already think, which would be that it was a random attack, unprovoked, not orchestrated by Saudi Arabia. That it was a random attack. Or not random, but like it wasn't this weird planned thing.
Okay, so that's the answer that would surprise you because you do believe that it was a planned thing. Correct? Am I hearing that properly?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yep.
I have to say, I was thinking about this, and my answer literally was nothing. Nothing would surprise me anymore because I feel like with all the crazy that's going on in the world right now, for the past little while, I'm jaded with it. Like nothing would surprise me. But I will say, you got me on that one. If someone had said Saddam Hussein wasn't actually against it, he was a scapegoat, da 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 da, and all this other or Osama bin Laden or whichever one it was, I don't know. I don't keep track of this shit. Whichever leader it was that they took out, and I dark 49 or whatever. I'm brutalizing everything right now.
I don't know what you're saying, but
that would surprise me. Okay.
This just broke 2 minutes ago. Tumbler Ridge shooter's brother arrested in Alberta after warrant issued. I'll pull this up. So this is literally breaking like right now.
Ooh.
The older brother of Tumbler Ridge school shooter has been arrested in central Alberta. Wood Buffalo RCMP in Fort Mac confirmed to Global News that Jacob Van Rootseeler was arrested in Sylvan Lake after being wanted on a Canada-wide warrant for attempted murder. Police said that at the time of his arrest, the douchebag had brass knuckles on him and now faces 2 weapons offenses and 5 new offenses for breaching previous conditions. Douchebag was originally charged with attempted murder and breaking and entering in a Fort Mac in 2024. Douchebag is the older brother of the other douchebag who shot and killed 8 people, including his mother and half brother in Tumbler Ridge. She also Global News. He. I'm so sick of this shit.
Oh, I was muted. Did you hear anything I said?
No.
Damn it. I had said I was gonna say that I thought he killed his brother, but I guess only one of them.
He also shot and killed 5 students at and an educator in Tumbler Ridge Secondary School before dying from what appeared to be a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
Oh,
his father.
Get fucked.
As the biological father of the individual responsible, I carry a sorrow that is difficult to put into words. I was estranged from Jesse and was not part of his life. His mother, weird how he's using he and his and male.
Oh, hold on. Maybe they're talking about the brother when he's saying his. And they're talking about the first douchebag when they're saying, I can't keep up with this shit. Douchebag number 1. Okay, got it. Let's go.
RCMP identified the shooter as douchebag and said he was assigned male at birth, but had started transitioning to female. No, they weren't. No, they weren't. This is like a whole contagion thing that's
What-
going on. But
What in the video? What is that?
what's what?
The picture. What is that?
That is one of the people who were killed.
The devastated community of Tumbler Ridge is once
Okay.
again on edge after RCMP say threats circulated online. On Friday, a funeral for one of the youngest victims, 12-year-old
Right.
Kylie Smith, was abruptly canceled. The family says because of a credible threat. In a statement shared online by the Tumbler Ridge Chamber of Commerce, Kylie Smith's parents said they had been moved to a safe location. From what we are hearing, we are at least the third family of the deceased to be harassed or threatened since this awful tragedy
Stop.
took place. Though RCMP say the
my
veracity
God.
of the multiple threats has not been corroborated.
It's extremely tragic that these families are being victimized again.
This
Virus.
former RCMP officer says the attention this tragedy has garnered on social media may have put these families at risk. The RCMP says it is working with the mayor and community leaders to ensure a safety plan is in place for both the community and any specific individuals who may have been targeted.
Do you understand how depraved the left has become? They cheered and laughed when Charlie Kirk got killed. They went to the memorials and mocked those people, desecrated them, destroyed them. And now the people that are trying to grieve the killing of their child that was spurred on by this leftist trans cult. I don't care if we get yanked from YouTube for this. I'm tired of having to censor this stuff. A trans deranged cult ended up having these children killed. And then to add more salt into the wound is you can't have closure. You can't even lay your child to rest.
I can't believe that those families have been being threatened and harassed. They literally lost a child because of some psychopath. And somebody has the audacity to harass and threaten these people for what? What did they do other than lose their child to a psychopath?
Oh,
holy shite, I would be pissed. If there would be no forking way that I would cancel my kid's funeral for one personally. I would be sitting there at the funeral for my kid with a freaking shotgun in my hand, waiting. Someone shows up, that's it. Like, how dare you take my child away from me and now I can't even like lay my kid to rest and say goodbye? That's disgusting. They're no better, if not even, I can't say worse, but they're definitely no better than the piece of shit that took their kid away from them.
Could you imagine? So I'm just looking at the quote from the family. Kylie's family said that they couldn't risk any more violence in Tumbler Ridge. Mostly, we are sorry to you, Kylie, our girl. This was supposed to be your day, they wrote. I promise we will give you the most lovely, beautiful event when the time is right. We love you so much and we will do right by you, I promise. This is a parent talking to their dead child. And these leftist ghouls felt it necessary to threaten the family. How do you like, how do you even like rationalize, how do you communicate with these people? It's they had to move. The family had to move because of threats they were getting from online. So it says Kylie Smith's parents, Lance Young and Jenny Geary, said in a Facebook post shared by the Tumbler Ridge Chamber of Commerce Saturday that they have been moved to a safe location while police investigate. People are just They are monsters. Whoever thought that this you think people don't start making inferences? Like I said earlier, it feels like people are starting to draw, like we're picking teams. We're playing Red Rover right now, picking teams. That's really what it feels like. And you think that these parents really give a crap? Like they're
It's one messed up game of Red Rover, I gotta say.
no, but I'm saying it's like we're picking sides. It's
No,
like
I know what you're saying.
The talking has stopped. And then you have this on top of that tragedy where people are going, well, we're gonna threaten you. I keep trying to hold on to these liberal views that the left can't be this bad. They can't be. The right has to be making this stuff up. They have to. The right has to be making this stuff up. Then you see articles like this. And then global news being the purveyors of propping up and running cover for this crap says it was a she.
So let's just keep playing this mental psychosis game. Keep giving this mental illness even more control instead of actually trying to help people. No. Let's just keep playing this game. Let's keep making people worse. There was that guy in the United States a week after the Tumbler Ridge thing who identified as a she that went and killed his wife or ex-wife and daughter.
Yeah.
Like, what? I don't understand. I don't understand how something like this went from one day of mental illness to the next day, we have to jam it down everybody's throat and make everybody needs to accept this bullshit. And the psychosis just running rampant.
No, it's wild. That's absolutely wild. Should we do a little palate cleanser?
Yeah, we can do a palate cleanser before we get into the other stuff.
Let's see.
God, I hope it's something funny. That is really sad. I feel so bad for everybody in Tumbler Ridge, the parents who lost their kids, the people who were in that school and had to be traumatized by it. Yes. Here we go. Hold on. Multiple visits by mental health over the years. It was so potentially preventable. Yes. And that's the thing too. Like, people have been called out to this person's house multiple times. This could have been avoided. But nay.
Yep.
Here we are. All right. Show me something funny, please.
All right. So this is my one of my favorite people online.
Oh God.
One of my
Beta.
I have with me Destiny, Twitch streamer, gamer, and YouTube personality. And for the first time, I'm meeting his, I don't know if it's his girlfriend, fiance, or wife. I'll find out. He with us today is Melina Gorison. I'm gonna let her say the last name. I'm sure I'm screwing that up. She is a Twitch streamer and Swedish immigrant model. I mean, what is it?
Yeah, it's close enough.
Yeah. I don't have Instagram. Oh, Instagram. Melania, do you support abortion?
I think you should be able to have an abortion. Yes.
Really? Have you ever had one?
No.
And why do you think it's okay for a woman to kill a man's child in the womb?
You're right.
Is it not her child as well?
No, it belongs to the man.
Wait, am I a baby making machine?
Yes.
Steve, why didn't you tell me this?
Well,
if I took a guess, I would say about 10 today. You knocked out 10.
Wait, well, how does that math work in that case? How
I
many
don't know.
days is in a year?
I'm just guessing.
And
Just-
like in 5 years, if there's 50 people,
But-
how can I have a new one all the time?
because you're going to
Like
move
10
away
days.
from 10, you're trying to reach 100 by the end of the year, right?
No, it's not. It's not 50 in a year. It's 50 since
That laugh,
like
though.
this is a decade.
Do you get sad sometimes?
Everyone, you get sad sometimes too. Everyone gets sad sometimes. No?
Do you get sad sometimes?
Yeah.
And what makes you sad at times?
Stress makes me sad.
Stress makes you sad.
Yeah.
Justin, how do you deal with the hell when it comes out of Melina?
But no, I don't believe in God or anything though.
But do you
It's
have
not
more?
very, it's not a very common thing in Sweden to like be super religious or like believe in God. We're pretty like
Wow, that actually
not
surprises me.
into that stuff.
Really?
Yeah, so like if you're, I remember there was like one guy in my class that was religious and he got bullied because it was like pathetic because you're believing in Santa Claus basically.
Jesus.
Just say, yeah, but he did get bullied because he believed in God.
Wow. So, Melina,
Wow.
when you marry him, are you going to move to America?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, good. And will
Oh
you
boy,
obey
that
him?
didn't turn out well.
What does that mean?
Obey,
Yeah.
like take my orders.
Wait, for what?
I don't know. For
Wait,
what,
what's that?
Jesse? What do you mean by that, Jesse?
Because the man is the head of the wife, and it's the wife's responsibility to obey her husband.
Based.
You're gonna obey me?
I think it's the opposite.
No.
Oh,
Yeah, she's gonna be very obedient, Jesse. 100%.
Is that true,
What do you want me to
Melina?
do? What do you want me to do?
We'll take orders from the head of the household.
Oh shit!
Yep.
I wasn't prepared.
What?
I wasn't prepared for that.
Hi, what's your name?
Melina.
Can you get me laid?
Yeah.
When?
Today.
With?
Your mom.
I don't want that. Wait, who's my mom?
Me.
It is funny
Oh
that
shit.
they got divorced, or I don't even know, divorced, that she ended up leaving him because just the kind of, she liked to get dicked down by other people. So
Beta. Is it that
Beta.
easy? Apparently.
I love Jesse leaving. It's gonna be a set. Oh man. Like, all right.
Do you think I believe you deserve respect?
No, but Satan is not my father. and I
He
don't think
is. Satan is your father. You're a weak man. You're not worthy of children according to you. And the reason you're weak because Satan is your daddy. If Satan wasn't your daddy, who's your daddy? Who's your daddy? If Satan wasn't your daddy, you wouldn't be a weak beta male.
Yeah, but what do you mean by beta male? Rick?
A beta male is a male who look like a man but think like a woman. And that's you. Do you think I believe you deserve respect?
Give me the starter.
God, I love him.
Yeah.
All right, I get that.
It's pretty awesome. Okay.
Oh,
So,
all right.
let's
do the Mexico. Let's do it. Let's do Mexicans.
It's still Mexicans. Ay, ay, ay.
All right.
I'm not fat. I'm big boned.
Beta.
All right. You can take the lead on this one.
Okay.
I already talked about this, so.
Okay. Are you gonna hold on?
But do you want this? Or
No,
do
it's
you want to pull it up yourself?
I'll just pull it up myself because you were being too slow. Okay. So what the fuck, Mexico? Like my title. Anyway, so yesterday, February 22nd, in the Mexican army killed Nemiso El Mancho Escuardo Cervantes. It's funny because when I say this by myself, I can actually say it quite lovely, but because I know I'm saying it in front of people, all of a sudden I say it like I'm white. So you're welcome. The leader of the Scalo New Generation Cartel. This is being called the most significant blow to the organized crime in Mexico since the capture of El Chapo. So I had looked up, because I was curious, that the name Nemencio is a masculine Spanish name in the Greek origin that means vengeance, righteous anger, or just, derived from the Greek goddess of the retribution, Nemesis.
Yeah, it sounds gay.
A little bit, but interesting none the least. So the spark that led to the specific operation was a combination of high-level intelligence tracking and shifting political pressure. Here's the breakdown. So the takedown wasn't a random encounter. It was a result of a long-term intelligence operation that finally got a hot lead. The military intelligence reportedly spent weeks tracking the trusted associate of one of El Mencho's romantic partners. Ooh la la. On February 20th, the data indicated that an associate had traveled to a secluded rural property in the mountain region of Tapia de Lacio. The U.S. government provided, what the fuck?
Sorry.
What are you doing? Complimentary intelligence to Mexican special forces, which helped confirm that El Mencho was actually on site rather than using a body double or a decoy location. The timing was heavily influenced by the current geopolitical tension between Mexico and the United States. President Trump had recently designated that the sieging is a foreign terrorist organization. That increased the pressure of the Mexican president, Claudia blah, 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 to show results to avoid potential U.S. military intervention on Mexican soil. While blah, blah, blah administration was generally criticized the strategy of taking out top leaders due to violence it triggers, the scale of fentanyl trafficking has led to more confrontational approach by the Mexican army in early 2006. Federal troops initiated a raid on the Tampla compound. A massive firefight broke out, and sieging gunmen used high-caliber weapons and rocket launchers to defend the property. This is some movie shit, just saying. El Mencho tried to flee into the surrounding woods with his security detail, and he was critically wounded during a second confrontation in the brush. Sorry. He died while being transported by helicopter to Mexico City. The takedown immediately triggered narco blockades. Let's do English here. Across at least 8 states, cartel members hijacked and burned buses and trucks to blocked highways, and there was significant chaos in tourist hubs like Puerto Vallarta or Valaria, whatever. And voila. Just today, February 23rd, the military also killed El Tol. I did not know this. The cartel financial chief, as he tried to coordinate retaliatory violence. So I have some videos here. I see you got something here you want to show. What are you wanting to show there?
What?
I don't know. I see this. La 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 la.
That's all.
Love it. So I have a couple things here. Oh, I did not mean to do what I just did. I'm fired, but it's okay.
Well, I was playing a bunch of videos earlier, like of some of the destruction that took place and all that. The hell is this?
Mexican authorities have revealed more details about the operation that led to the killing of El Mencho, Mexico's most wanted cartel leader, one of the most dangerous cartel leaders in the world. According to Mexico's defense secretary, a romantic partner of El Mencho provided authorities with some information. They also said that the United States played a crucial role in providing intelligence and other
They
resources.
knew where he
This
was.
is the latest. according to Mexico's President Claudia Sheinbaum. This is her message from this morning.
Today there's more calm and there is government. There are armed forces, there is a secretary of cabinet, and there's a lot of coordination. So you can rest assured that peace, security, and normality in the country are
But the
being
country has
safeguarded.
descended.
So there's that. Yeah. So the country descended
into
in many different
chaos
areas.
in many
Yeah.
different areas. There were about 250 blockades initially reported. Authorities said this morning
Jesus.
that number had come down to about 85. But in Jalisco, highways were closed, buses were burned, trucks were burned. And although the vast majority of the blockades happened, about 65 of them, according to authorities in Jalisco, where the cartel Jalisco Nueva Generación operates, many other states were affected. About 70 people have been arrested and about 27 attacks have been carried out directly against Mexican authorities. And the U.S. State Department has maintained a shelter-in-place order for Americans in at least 5 different states to remain in place because it is too dangerous to venture out, even to get to the airports to catch their flights. Flights have been canceled. 3 different cruise ship companies canceled their plans to stop in Puerto Vallarta this week. I just heard from one friend who is in one of those states in Mexico.
Anyway, so the funny thing is I actually I won't give any too much more detail, but there's a coworker of mine who is actually in Mexico, and I seen her on Snapchat this morning, and she was showing a lot of the same burnt cars, buses, stuff like that, showing how dead it is in the streets, describing how the smell is just absolutely horrid. And apparently a lot of these attacks happened about a block away from where she's staying, which is super scary. But yeah, so there was that. And then I accidentally closed something here. Hold on.
You want to see the best part? You know, after all the destruction and everything else, leave it up to the NDP to be the arbiters of absolute stupidity, to be the dumbest people in the room. So, Heather,
what the fuck does okay, sorry.
Many Canadians, especially members of the Alphabet Mafia community, are in Puerto Vallarta, where violence has quickly escalated. A shelter-in-place order is in effect. And she is just getting lit up in the comments like, Zachary, I'm gonna keep it real with you, Chief. They're bodying the comments and you effing deserve it. This Canadian government bus is reserved for Alphabet Mafia Canadians. Are you gay? Sure, yep. I'm gay, you bet. Okay, prove it. The Canadian men's Olympic hockey team might have come in second, but they played with real heart, and that's gold medal in my book.
Oh my God.
It's super gay. Eva, I trust the cartel has taken the appropriate DEI training to respond appropriately. Billboard Chris, why were there so many two spirits? Not a real thing. Gays, cross-dressers, people with disorders of sexual development, people with no sex drive, and pedophiles all in Puerto Vallarta.
Oh my God.
So I had reposted it, and I said, hopefully the cartels have done their mandatory DEI and land acknowledgements.
Hopefully. I mean, how tragic, right?
Oh my God.
What the fork does the LGBT and stop adding fork and letter. What does the LGBTQ plus community have? Like, why is that relevant? There are people who are there. And if you're Canadian, there are Canadians who are there. What does it matter what their fork and affiliation is? Why? Okay, homegirl, if you're going to mention the LGBTQ community, then why didn't you say even members from the LGBTQ community, the African community, the Jewish community, the Ukrainian community, the Russian community, blah, 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 blah. Like, come the fork on. Canadians, leave it at that, okay? Let's move on. God, these people are so forking annoying.
Like the rate, this is possibly the biggest ratio in, I think, Twitter history.
Oh, what was it?
Nearly 6,000 comments and less than 500 likes.
Oof.
That is a ratio.
Oof.
That is a ratio.
Good. Freaking dumbass.
Get out of here. Jesus fuck. Oh my.
I'm trying to add my shit. Bugger off.
Highway bombed buses just to the south of us in Old Town. That's where they really shook the city. They were trying to blow up a few Pemex gas bars. The Highway 2 that leads out of the city, a friend of ours lives right on it, and they blew up a bus, 4 different vehicles right in front of his condo, trying to blow up the gas bar. They lit a actual tanker that was dropping gas off at the gas bar. They threw a bomb on it. Thank God it didn't go off. In our area, it was a little less disruptive. We're right in the middle of Versailles, so the main highways are all around us. So we had a vantage point of a lot of different areas. They firebombed the vehicles at Costco. They lit a couple of the transport trailers on fire, burnt them down. A friend of ours was on a bus, or his girlfriend was on a bus out in Old Town, and they basically pointed the guns at the bus, stopped the bus, got on the bus and said, "Get off this bus, we're blowing it up in 30 seconds. So she was pretty shaken with that. Overnight, things have been quiet. There's no more smoke, no more fires. The Army helicopters started circling. The Army started rolling in. So they got into Old Town overnight. They've been removing vehicles. The air just smells like burnt plastic and rubber. So it's pretty toxic smell. They bombed.
So that, hold on. Before I get rid of it, can we take a moment? This guy's face, though. Oh my God.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry. Couldn't help but look there. So I can't imagine how scary that would all be. I mean, me personally, the takedown of a cartel member. Oh no, I'm so sad.
Well, as long as you were LGBTQIA plus blah blah blah.
Oh, God.
You know.
I can't believe it. That's even forking relevant right now. It's funny because somebody I know who is part of the LGBTQ blah, 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 bullshit was supposed to go to Mexico this week, but it actually got changed to next week and everything's been canceled. And it's so funny because then he came into work today and he's like, yeah, I'm so sad. He's like, I have to redo my holidays. I can't go to Mexico anymore. My dumbass. I'm like, why? I don't understand. So and I was like, oh, right. Yeah, the whole war thing. It's probably bad. Oopsie.
Well,
but
carry on.
No, that's really it.
I have a hypothesis with this. I don't know if because Trump is slumping in so many places that this kind of stuff is starting to kick things off.
Slumping? What do you mean by slumping?
Those numbers aren't good. People aren't happy with the economy. A lot of Americans are mad with a lot of the trade deals not going the way that they're supposed to. The Supreme Court just struck down his tariffs.
Ooh.
You know, there's expectation that the United States is going to go to war with Iran. I think there's a lot of stuff that this time around people are not happy with him.
Yikes.
His approval numbers are down. People are like, even people on the right are saying like, you ran on immigration. That is why we elected you, was to enforce immigration, get these illegals out. And now with Minnesota, kind of notice how fast that died down. There's a lot of people on the right are saying, hey, that we elected you to get these people out. So there is quite a few things to start criticizing him over, and people are not happy with it. So is this like ways of like trying to hide what he's, the shortcomings that he's made?
What, by the war in Mexico?
Mm-hmm.
How would that hide the shortcomings that he's made?
Because it distracts from everything else.
Yeah. I mean, if this world is good at one thing, it's definitely distractions through COVID. Hey, guess what, guys? Aliens really do exist. No one cares.
Yeah, well, and he just said that to release all documents related to aliens. Who gives a shit about aliens? Like, even if you found out that they were real and 100% they were true, like, look at what happened after they said, "Oh yeah, aliens are totally real." Then it's like, "Oh look, this weird thing happened. Oh, it was totally aliens. Oh look, this other weird thing happened. Totally aliens. Our total incompetence, guess what, was because of aliens."
The pyramids. You were right. Aliens. I'd be like, oh, I knew it. See, and the thing is, like, even that wouldn't surprise me. And the thing is, like, as I mentioned before about how jaded we've all become, even through COVID, when they came out and said, guess what, guys, aliens really are real. People were like, all right, cool. So what neighbor am I turning in? Like, no one cared. Like, they were like, yeah, we know. Right? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Ooh, here we go. This is interesting. Getting big money in insurance scams for property speculators.
Speculators.
Thank you. I can't English.
Well, and and people kind of see a lot of this stuff. A lot of this stuff, like, people are just they're not happy with it. They're just not.
Well, which is fair. I mean, you run on something. I mean, I don't follow as much of this stuff as you do. I mean, I know when it comes to when he's talking about like the immigration and stuff like that, he seems to be doing what he said he was going to do for the most part. So, okay, well, that's great. But I didn't know, like, I've heard rumblings about this whole Iran stuff, but I literally have no idea what's going on there. I don't know what's going on in Iran. I don't know what's going on with US and Iran. Like, I have zero idea. You're muted, dumbass.
Here it is. Here's the interactive map. So what, March of 2025, he basically was at polarity. And look, his disapproval has only gone up. So we're just looking at, so this is from Nate Silver. Just how popular is Trump? Oh, sorry, I guess I didn't have it pulled up. Our default average reflects a combination of all polls, whether conducted among adults, registered voters, or likely voters. If a pollster releases multiple versions of the same survey, we use the all-adult version of the poll before the registered voter version. This is because all Americans have a say in how popular the president is, whether or not they vote. Yeah, so all groups, like on average, his disapproval has been going up.
Oh, that's a disapproval.
Disapproval ratings going up, and his approval rating is steadily going down. And I think it's because of these types of things, the Epstein files. People don't give a shit. People don't care about the Epstein. Like, really, most people don't. What they want to see is results. They want to see results. They keep talking about, like, all the trade deals and everything that's going on. Okay, well, where's all these sweet trade deals? Like, you're kind of just, everyone's just kind of getting more and more pissed off. So
yeah, which is fair.
Yeah, so I can understand, that Trump is like trying to fight for America and trying to give America the respect and everything that he wants. Okay, fine. Like, I great. I think that's fine. But you're just seeing more and more people are kind of getting upset with it.
Well, I mean, if at the bottom line you ran on something, like I know one of the huge contentions, as we had mentioned before with the Epstein files, one of the huge contentions with that is because when he was running, he said he was going to release the Epstein files. Now, everybody expected, myself included, and no, I'm not American, but myself included, was expecting him to get into office and be like, here, I picture this giant stack, this big black book, just poof. Here you go. Have at her.
What I want are the names released and people charged. I want to see people charged. Like I literally don't care. Again, I don't want to keep hammering this point. It's the great filter for retards. It's people that just like here's some raw meat. You know, the whole Epstein Gate binder thing was a total flub. They look at Pat Donde as ineffective, as useless, as actually like she looks stupid. And for a chick that's 55, yeah, she looks great for her age, but she looks dumb.
Yeah. Wasn't she the one that was saying like, yeah, I have the Epstein files on my desk and blah, 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 blah. And then of course everyone gets it. And it's just like redactions. But the funny thing is you make this big production about it. Everything is literally, all the pages are blackface, essentially.
Right.
Like there's the odd word that you can make out, and that's it. But then with the second or the other dump that they put out, the most recent one, what happened with that? There was a bunch that was redacted. However, people were able to crack it. They were able to put it into a different program and boom, all these names were released. And I feel so bad for the victims, because the thing is, I don't want to know who the victims are. I think that they have suffered enough and they should be able to live their life.
Nope.
Hold on.
Don't agree.
You don't let me finish. I think that they should be able to live their life. I personally don't care. What I want to see is the client list. I want to see those people atone for their actions. That's what I actually want to see. I don't want to see somebody's name of a victim and what they actually went through. I don't want to see that. I know they went through horrible shit. I want to see the people who did the bad put behind bars, and not saying that their name shouldn't be in there, because their name should be in there and they should have to, do their thing to get these people behind bars. I don't need to see that.
No, I think the public is due a certain level. No, you should face your accuser. I think that's paramount. I want to see trials. I want to see people being convicted. Until such point, like I said, and I hate that I have to keep harking on this. As far as I'm concerned, that this is just like throwing chum in the water to satiate your base. Until people are locked up, until there are trials, the Epstein thing is irrelevant to me. Yeah. If they aren't brave, they can suck it up. Yeah. If you are willing to make the accusation, and tons of those people that made accusations recanted, or they were found that they were completely lying, does nothing to help. And then when you taint the waters, you muddy everything up by making these people guilty by, without an actual trial. Okay, then what?
Yeah, okay, you got me there. I've got no argument. You've got me there. Yeah.
Well, it's just it's so it doesn't serve any it doesn't serve anyone. No one wins when we tainted public opinion so much that these people can't get a fair trial.
No. Yeah, I'll definitely agree with that. I mean, for me personally, like I said, like I want to see the names. I want to see the client list. I don't care if Mother Teresa's on it. I don't care if it's Donald Trump. Whoever's on the actual client list, and people who did horrible things to people should suffer for those actions. Not in my hands, but whether it's them being in jail and death penalty, whatever it may be, like whatever. But
yeah, I don't think it's unreasonable.
I don't think so either. And I think the way that you talk about the fact that because this is so widely out there, people forget the fact that they're not going to get that proper trial. They're not going to get a fair trial, which means that they're just going to end up walking and get away with things because people knew about it. And that's a really shitty thing, because there should be justice for the actions that are done, the things that happened on that island and in any sort of vicinity around that piece of shit, Epstein. People should suffer a consequence for that, regardless of who you are. And yeah.
Trying to see, someone had pulled up
Before you move into that. So hold on. Okay. They tried to pull up what is this pertaining to?
No, it was one of the Epstein things that this guy was talking about, like I wish I could remember it. But it was like this guy was talking about like a 14-year-old girl that he was sleeping with. And let's see, I'll see if I could find it. Epstein photo.
Was it the Snow White thing?
JP. Oh, yes.
Ugh. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. I never actually seen the photo. I was just listening to it. But them, I know when they were matching it up, like it's the same person. There's ugh. I don't know. It's funny that the different lingo that they use. And it's funny because I remember hearing about even oh my God, what the hell is her name? John Lennon and his wife. What the fuck is her name?
Yoko.
John Lennon. No. Oh, not John Lennon. John Legend. Sorry.
Oh. Yeah, the Snow White was effed twice as soon as she put her costume.
Yeah, gross.
From a blanked out name.
Yes. Ew. That's so much grosser than what I was picturing in my head. Yeah, and then
see with the money, JP Morgan Chase. Well, huh?
Yeah.
Huh?
That's literally like the same person. Like that's
This
not
is
even
Jess
like a
Stanley.
maybe. No, it's the same person. Absolutely. Who, me? Yeah, you piece of shit. And the funny thing is, yeah, in the Disney movie, cartoon, story, whatever, yeah, Snow White was only 14 years old.
Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah. Yeah, so rape allegations against ex-Barclays CEO Jess Staley was raised in U.S. Epstein investigation. Okay, where's the criminal charges? Like a lot of this stuff, like it's weird, it's creepy. It's just ugh. I want to see these people locked up, but all right. If there's nothing else, let's get out of here. You're muted, you dingus.
Well, shit. It was John Legend and Chrissy Teigen. There was like things that were said, I guess, at the God, what was the thing that just happened? The Golden Globes or whatever the heck it was. They were saying certain things, and the funny thing is, like, some of the things that were said were specific code words that were used in the Epstein files to talk about young girls and young boys and stuff like that. So it was a little disturbing, which I mean, that very well might be reaching or whatever it may be. But to be fair, at this point, when we're talking about anything Epstein, I just assume everybody in Hollywood is on that list because, and not in a good way, not in a just passing sort of way. Maybe a couple, maybe there's a handful of people that were just in passing, but I think there's a lot more people on that list than anybody would like to want to admit. Yes, there was one more thing that had to do with the whole Mexican thing that I wanted to show really quickly before we go. because it made me giggle. So when it came to the whole, obviously, Mexico shit, this is what Trumpy Boy had to say.
So Mexico is saying that I offered to send U.S. troops into Mexico to take care of the cartel. She wants to know, is that true? Do you think I'm going to answer that question?
Do you think he's going to answer that question?
I mean, yeah, I would assume so. He's weirdly honest.
Fuck yeah.
That's why I'm asking. We'll see.
I will answer it. It's true. Absolutely.
Oh, shit.
Because they are horrible people that have been killing people left and right, they've made a fortune on selling drugs and destroying our people. We lost 300,000 people last year to fentanyl and drugs. They're bad news. Yeah, that's true. If Mexico wanted help with the cartels, we would be honored to go in and do it. So Mexico.
So the funny thing is, when I had heard about this whole Mexican thing or Mexico thing, and that this guy from the cartel was killed, my first thought was it was Americans that went in there. To be completely honest, I was actually surprised it was the Mexican army that did.
Oh, it was the Navy specifically.
I thought Mexico was so insanely corrupt that nobody would touch the cartel. So that actually surprised me.
And you're right. And the only thing that I've heard is that the only real branch of the military that the government in Mexico really trusts is the Navy. So they have their own like Delta Force operators in Mexico. And those guys are obviously, you see what they have to deal with the cartels and everything else. So like these people have to be like the best, but you know, Delta operators are. Yeah. And I think I was hearing that apparently the president, that when this operation took place, it was like her and like top officials got sent onto a Mexican Navy boat for safety.
Oh, wow. Well, that's an interesting little factoid that I did not know about. Gotta say, kind of makes me a little proud. My grandfather was in the Navy, not the Mexican Navy, but it's good to know that even the Navy in Mexico is a good thing. Surprisingly.
Yeah.
What does this say?
All right. So we'll just read a couple comments. So Silver says, so it's a control thing, I think. Who knows if the cocaine is pure, then it's polluted to kill up here as it's stepped on. Who's the killer? Well, yeah, I get what you're saying. Like, you know, they're cutting it with something, and that's the thing with fentanyl, is because people are enjoying it so much, and because it's so bloody potent. Well, it's not hard to do. And I think in any other time, people would be saying like, "Hey, you're bringing this material and it's killing us." Okay, that would be seen as like an act of, I would assume at least an act of war. But, you know, now what? Now what does that actually mean? So I don't know.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I remember back in the day, full disclosure here, when I used to buy green off the street, it was quote unquote safe. There's no way I would buy anything off of somebody off the street nowadays, because that's the thing, is that they're mixing so much stuff, whether it's green, whatever else it may be, with fentanyl to make it addictive, to make it even worse, to get people coming back, whatever it may be. And it is so scary. Like I wouldn't, it's weird. Like, you have the day and age with our parents when it was safe to hitchhike. You could hitchhike up and down, and now you're like, what, hitchhike? Are you insane? Right. Or back in the day when I was a dumbass teenager and I used to buy green from people, I used to buy it off people in the street and it was safe. Now it's like, oh, hell no. Like, warn every child, do not ever do this, please. I don't know. It's just crazy how times have changed in so many aspects. What? Get these kids in air balloons and take their family for a ride. Yes, please. As long as it's sturdy, because air balloons kind of creep me out a little bit. I hear too many accidents. I don't know.
All right. I think with that, let's get out of here.
All right. Well, to everybody who is hanging out with us, thank you so much for clicking on that little button to come sit with us and listen to the craziness going on in the world today. And if you were watching Tyler this morning, you did it twice. So extra kudos and extra love to you. Don't forget to hit the little subscribe button down below, share, like, follow, everything. You can check us out in all the places listed in the description box below. Also, we are live every Monday, Wednesday, 8 p.m. ish Central Time, and Saturdays at 1 p.m. Central Time. So please come check us out. Otherwise, we will see you guys again on Wednesday, hump day, or at least you'll see me. You'll see him. And again, reminder, you'll see him before on WIC TV debating soy boy.
The soy pill. Yeah.
Soy pill. Yes. So definitely check that out. I know I will be. I'm excited about it. And then later on, whether it's the two of us or just me, catches me out later. Catch me out. Catch me outside.
Catch me outside. What's up?
Right. Oh, English is my friend. Otherwise, be kind to one another. See you on Wednesday. Be out.